everyone. I'm Edith Thomas, and this is another episode to Around the U. Welcome back to the wonderful new set that we're here today. I have the pleasure of sitting with Dr. Superintendent Jerry Benaquista. How are we doing today?
I'm doing good, E. How you doing?
Yes, I'm doing good. I'm loving it with the students, the staff here. They're very welcoming. How has everything been since the last time we saw each other?
I mean, everything's good. It's coming to a point in the year where, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's a time to reflect as well as, be thankful for what we have and, being in our schools, talking to you about the great things going on, is why we're here. And it's our students that really we need to keep focusing on.
I agree. You talk about Thanksgiving and Christmas. I think about my pants getting tighter. So it's it's a little something. But let's talk about Hannah, the updates with Hannah and everything's been going on, because I know people at home are very curious. I'm sitting here with you, and I'm very curious. Can you give us some updates?
So excited to say in a very short period of time, I think it was Monday the 18th.
Okay.
We moved into Hannah, or the 19th. We went from closing Hannah Caldwell to our big spaces in our schools. We knew it still wasn't a long-term conducive environment for learning. So we kept working, looking for places to get to call the new home for a short period of time. So at least the end of the school year. And thankful that the collaboration with the town, Senator Cryan, Kean, Lamont Repillette, the president, they had a building that they're about to develop into another Kean initiative. But in the meantime, they allowed us to use the fourth floor and half of the third floor. And we, over a course of 4 days, created 39 classrooms plus office space and a lot of other things. And I would love to, give the people in the town a tour that can't be there with you and your show, maybe one day over there, but it's phenomenal. I think it's a great environment. There's a lot of names for it, Hannah U.
Yeah.
But I think it's also a great thing for our school to, in a sense, have resources right next door. Kean has been overwhelmingly supportive as well in whatever we need.
I absolutely.
But yeah, I'm just so thankful for the collaboration with the community, the town. Parents were helping out along the way, but now they have an environment that they know what it's going to be like for the rest of the year.
Okay, and I was just going to ask that. So is that declared? The kids are going to be on campus, Kean's campus, for the rest of the year? Yes.
So even though we don't have a hard timeline of how long it'll take to now go a little further with Hannah Caldwell, and we're still trying to figure out everything that needs to be fixed. But at this point, they transitioned twice. It is a great environment, and we're anticipating a 3 to 4 month project.
Okay.
So by then, it's really the end of the year. I would love to have some activities at the end of the year at Hannah if it's completed, but really looking for a transition back in September. I don't want to, if I don't need to transition the kids another time for, say, a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think the kids probably prefer to have this new space for them and enjoy Hannah U. So I think that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
So while we're speaking about Kean, let's talk about what you foresee with Kean University, the partnership and how it would benefit the students and the staff and our relationship here.
So we've been always very lucky to have a good relationship with Kean and being so close. We do take on a lot of their people, the students that need internships. But, we're trying to, I met their leadership about a week and a half ago.
Okay.
At a lot of different departments to see where else we could go.
Yeah.
So being that it's right across the street, if they have students that are in programs that maybe don't have school every day, looking to try to get them to support us in ways of substitutes, but also, when they have to do their internships hours, just growing it where Hannah will be the first choice, essentially, for the Kean students because it's right there. But, we do a lot with their mental health programs. We have Kean students throughout our district where we're supervising from our end and they're from their end of the mental health programs and people going for their hours in, say, psychology and stuff like that. But we're also maybe going to branch out to architecture, or with how we develop that space. It could be a good program or a project for a class. Definitely. In that field too. So just brainstorming and trying to say, how can we not just keep this close relationship but grow from here, and hopefully we'll be able to come up with something at the end of the year that even keeps this going in a direction that we never thought of.
Yeah, I love that. And then what would you say, so some of the initiatives that you have now with Kean, what would you say you could develop more on, or what do you plan on developing more on?
So I would love to, Kean next year is partnering with us on the pre-K side of it, okay, where they're going to have a class like we partner with a lot of our town centers. So they're going to be another one, but okay, I would love to expand on the pre-K side with them. It could support their students and their programs, but definitely, at the same time, it's a growing need within our community. There's not enough space where we would continue to grow and offer more sections, but the space is challenging. So we are looking. One of my initiatives down the road is to have a pre-K center, but I would love to somehow keep growing with Kean as well. Again, you're getting support right from the kids that'll be the future teachers of pre-K. So, having them support in and learn as well. I think we learn from them just as much as they learn from us.
Exactly. And I love the partnership because it's like a full 360. We start with the high school that partners with Kean, and then Kean partners with, shameless plug, but Union TV, and we work all around, and Union TV is with the high school. So I do love the partnership and the connection that we have in this community. I think it's super beneficial.
And I have to say, a lot of the leadership down at Kean is former educational superintendents and other positions, so they really understand that how this benefits both sides.
Exactly.
And I think that's huge, because it makes it easier when you reach out and right away the light bulb's going off for them to say how it could work both ways. So and I just keep hearing positive stuff from our students that are able to take classes over there as well as they get older, because we do have our students attending classes over there, as well as other, kind of like blended learning opportunities for our students.
I love that. So let's bring it back to our schools here, even though we love Kean, but let's bring it back to our schools here. For the district, what strategies do you think that you're going to implement to face these challenges that we're having with student interactions and the gaps in between? What do you think we could work on?
So I do think since we quickly had to go to an online platform to learn, it's been an adjustment getting back. I mean, within the classroom teaching, one of the most important things is the interactions.
Yes.
Not just teacher to student, but student to student. And I feel like we still have ways to go to get back to what is the right balance of technology versus that you learn so much by just talking and diving into solving projects or problems, more of a project-based learning as a group of students. So administratively, our curriculum team, we're kind of looking at that and kind of seeing what we could do based on the curriculum to make sure that the kids and the students are not just sitting in a classroom on the computer versus really diving in. I do, you look at the health side, you read a lot of reports from health professionals, and between cell phones and now computers in class, there is something to look at there. Students today, it's challenging because of devices. And I think we want to make sure our kids are ready for when they go to college, where they are still utilizing devices, but I think the classrooms are back to more of the teaching, and then you're tapping into the device for assessments or research on your side, not as much as you're not showing up to college on your device. That lecture hall, old school format. So we want to make sure our students are prepared for when they go to college as well, or vocational. In vocational, you need to be able to build relationships, network, to then be successful. So I think we need to keep progressing and looking at ways we could get a good balance where the kids could be utilizing these electronic platforms, but also almost getting back to what we were, that collaborative I always used to say everyone was upset with loud classrooms, but that means there was a lot of learning going on because the kids are interacting and talking. I don't like going by and seeing students just sitting there with a device in front of them. But I would love to also get a group of students to really hear from them of what their needs are. I mean, I don't think do that enough, is sit down with a group of students and just pose questions and get real answers. I've always found that when you bring students together and ask them questions, you get a lot of different answers, but you get the truth. And not necessarily for one's best interest, but what they see. So that's something that I do expect of our administrators before making changes, to kind of get the voice of the students.
I love that. And sitting down with all of you guys. So previously I sat down with the superintendent and different assistant superintendent and different directors. And I think you all have the very same message, which I appreciate, is listening and now taking from what you've listened, what you've learned, and bringing it in. So with the online programs that you're having to help not only the students, but their families and your administration, I think it pairs well, and it's a good path that you guys have for the next so on academic years to come.
Yeah, I mean, we have a ways to go, but I think we're going in the right direction. I think things are starting to really align. There's a vision to where we want to go to. We know that our everyone that is here is to make sure we're continuing to have our district get better and grow. We recognize that at times, we might need to pivot because it's not working, but in a sense, we're still pivoting, but going in the same direction, not just changing. Because one of the biggest things I've noticed over, many years that I've been here is that we'll start something and then stop it. And then, so the consistency is huge to keep progressing. But you always have to check in with your staff and students to make sure what we're doing is working.
Okay, so let's talk about that, pivoting. How about we talk about the changes in leadership that we're facing, and how do you think you can support that? What strategies are you taking to support the growth?
So we do have some new leadership throughout our district. We were able to bring back our Washington school principal, Kelly Piano. She was with us for a couple of years, but as you know, when people are looking for administrative jobs and there's maybe not any existing, they apply outside, and if they get a job there. But we were able to convince her to come back. She loves our community. She's doing some wonderful things at Washington Elementary School this year. I anticipate those kind of things will just keep growing over there. It's hard to make many changes in the beginning. A lot of times you come in and observe, but she's already made an impact over there, and I anticipate it to continue. Lindsay Connolly is also a long-time teacher with us, and now she's one of our elementary supervisors. And she has a passion. She does a lot of research on the data, what works. She's not afraid to try things, and she's a very diligent, hard worker that I think you're going to again see an impact down at the elementary school. Bringing back elementary supervisors, we did this year. Listening to the feedback from our principals and teachers and stakeholders. A couple of years ago, we went away and went K-12 on our supervisors. We felt like we weren't getting the benefits out of it. It was just too big of a district. So in our budget last year, we were able to build back 2 spots to then one Maureen Corbett shifted back to where she was, and then Lindsay took the other side of it. But with that, we hired a new ESL, as well as we were able to add another special ed supervisor. So educationally, in the leadership side of it, we still have ways to go, but it's important because we need enough people to the level of this district and the volume of things that we need. Without the right amount of leadership, it's just going to end up, it's going to impact the growth.
Definitely.
And eventually it gets down to the kids, and that's what we try to avoid.
And it sounds like you're putting everyone in the right places, and they're doing their job supporting how they can for the growth and success of the district.
So yeah, a lot of times you don't know right from the start, but you have belief, you have faith in the leadership. Like recently, we had to make 2 moves. Mr. Clark had to go to Burnett Middle School from Livingston, and Miss Lorenzo's going to be filling in at Livingston because of some unexpected needs of the district. But again, I think both of them bring a lot of years' experience, a great mindset, motivational, just exceptional leaders that I feel like, both schools will still be in great hands and still progressing forward. But at times we have to make some changes, and in a sense, everyone is certified to be able to do the job. Just if it's in another location, it is a little different. But again, everyone meets those qualifications. It's about then the support, the motivation, and making sure that they're fit for that environment to, again, bring new initiatives and make sure that they're positively impacting the school or the department.
I love that. And like I always say, I bet the community definitely appreciates it. I love sitting down, getting this information, knowing firsthand what's going on. So we appreciate you so much. Any last messages that you want to?
Just happy holidays, and make sure I hope everyone gets to relax a little bit and, kind of turn it down to then get ready for the back end of the year.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Happy holidays. Make sure those pants still fit after Christmas. Thank you so much, Superintendent Benaquista. And again, thank you everyone at home. But most importantly, thank you everyone who are hands-on participants in this, from our UHS office staff with our wonderful set that we have here today, accessorizing with the trees and the plants. I'd also like to thank admin and of course, Miss Gabby Mormon. She was great in letting us use her set. And everyone at home, thank you so much for watching. You guys have been great. This has been another very informational and wonderful episode of Around the U. I'm your host, Ida Thomas, and I will see you guys next time. Happy holidays.